Oh, kia ora. Kia ora. Welcome back, everybody, to day 4. Doing the Nurburgring 24-hour Sf23 Super Formula Toyota. Sorry I didn't do any post or lap yesterday. I know it's only day 4, but your mate here was a bit unwell, so I had a bit of a sickness, so took the day and had a bit of a rest and stuff, and back into it today. It's been raining at home throughout the day today, so I figured it's only fitting that we do a wet lap. I've bought some intermediate tyres. I haven't gone full wets because let's just see how we go. It's wet as, so full wets is probably the better go, but we'll see what happens. You know, it is funny. I did just do this whole yarn before and realized that my mic was not on. You know, it was on mute on the controller, so I'm embarrassing. That's how honest I am with you guys. You know, I could have kept that a secret, but you know, I just told you. So let's get into it. We'll do all that. We'll see where we end up on the board there, and we'll have a bit of yarn and a debrief at the end, eh? So let's get into it, guys. Let's see at the end. Hopefully we don't crash. Hopefully not. Let's see. Take our time and enjoy the ride, eh? Can't play. Let's get into it. Right. Not bad for a first attempt at a wet lap. We had that one whoopsie. Well, we had a couple of whoopsies, but we had that one major whoopsie, unfortunately, which kind of ruined our lap, but it also gave us a bit of a learning curve there. So obviously through that section the car got quite what's the word you'd use, it went off camber quite a bit, so yeah, just a bit early on that throttle. So that's all good. It's all good. That's what it is. Not an awful lap. It was a very good first attempt. 8:43. That was like, I think also too, with a full wets, we could have had a better lap, I think, with the full wets and a bit more confidence going into it, like just trying to figure it out a little bit here, get a feel. But we had even as we finished our lap, we had a little bit of a whoopsie through there, so we managed to catch that one, but we lost at least like minimum 2 seconds, I reckon, with me having to come completely off throttle. But not too bad, not too shabby, you know. The confidence will come. You know what I mean? This is why we're doing this. This is why we're practicing, guys. This is why we're here. We're here to learn, and we're here to learn together, and we're here to do well. It's just how it happens that we picked pretty much one of the most difficult tracks you could actually ever drive. So, but the inters seemed to sit quite well, I thought. You know, I like going through this Grand Prix section. It's just quite smooth, you know, like the track itself is quite smooth, quite easy to kind of figure out. But once you hit that Nurburgring, man, like it becomes difficult, bumpy, all over the place, different angles of concrete and stuff. You've got puddles of water sitting where I'd normally drive on my dry line. You know, like I'd normally hug this left-hand side there, but all the puddles there, honestly, and just sends you into a full-on spin. So, but we're getting better with like applying the throttle with ease. See, we got a little bit carried away just through that section there, I found. But here we come up to like the tough parts, you know. It's such a fun track to drive. Honestly, it is. Oh, it's a beautiful track to drive. Like, imagine back in like back in the long agos where the Nurburgring was part of the Formula One calendar, you know, like far out. King Nicky. Nicky. Well, we've kind of already committed to just watching this replay, so look, if you don't want to watch it, thank you for watching the lap. I feel like I might just sit here and enjoy the replay and add it on as well, but that was day 4 of us driving the Nurburgring 24 hour in the Sf23 Toyota. Join me tomorrow. Again, we'll probably hit it in a dry again, and we'll see if we can get better. Maybe we tinker a little bit with our setup tomorrow, and we'll see if we can get us a little bit more power. Oh my god, it's just great. I know we're not like the best, but like watching this angle is actually real hot. And it's quite fun watching back your replays too, because I'm always like, I could have got heaps more time there. Oh, nice little snap there. That was a good save. That was a good save. Coming around. Yeah, beautiful. Anyway, so throughout the week, we'll finish the Nurburgring this week. We'll do a few more laps. If anyone does watch and enjoys, let me know if they have a suggestion for the track they want me to hit next. Honestly, I think at the top of my list, the next track we'll do is probably Bathurst. But if somebody has a different idea, why not? You know. Coming off the throttle heaps really. But yeah, let me know. Even car, like I don't mind changing up the car. I might do a GT car for Bathurst. I think that'll be something different. I really do love this Formula. Like it's a beautiful car to drive on Gran Turismo. I think all their like Formula 1 style cars are just so nice to drive. They're so fun. Yeah, flying through here, man. It's hot shit. And like just how cool it would be to do this shit in real life, eh? This is epic. Awesome talent, man. Coming through here, I need a nail. Like you need to drop in and then just hold it. But I drop in and then I kind of counter steer myself out of it, and I end up sitting on such a horrible angle. But I know we're coming up to where I crashed, so let's see what kind of happens, because I feel like I just lose it. Like, pure and simple, I think I may have just given it, I felt it come to, there it is. Boom, it just went straight off camber, eh? How do we kind of go back a little bit? Work out replay, oh, too late. Sick. Anyway. Might as well commit to the whole lap, I suppose, eh? Yeah. So tomorrow we'll hit it dry, day 5. We'll do dry track again. I think day 6. I think day 6 maybe we'll try wet one more time, but I think I might invest in wet tyres, and we'll see whether the wet tyre run gets us a better time than the inters. And honestly, I feel like the wet tyre run should give us a better time, purely if we don't crash. But dry tomorrow, we are looking at beating, I think, 7 minutes 15, I think, is our top running time. Or 17, 7:15. We'll have to double check at the end here, but we'll hit that tomorrow, and yeah. And then maybe over the course of the week, I try and get a few other features of different people doing a drive. We'll do a bit of a mash up with a couple of others, and we'll see who has it and who doesn't. That'll be quite funny. So yeah, if you are new, welcome to WeDrive. My name is Dad, Days of. You can call me Days of Dad. You can call me WeDrive. If you know me by my real name, aren't you lucky? Let's see if you've actually made it this far through the video. Well done. Bless you. My Lord Jesus will bless you tonight with a good moi, I reckon. I actually got distracted there. I was looking for my phone. That's why you don't play with your phone or look at your phone while you're driving. Even on the sim, it's dangerous. Take it from me, kids. I crashed on this lap, so, you know. Let's see, here we got a couple of corrections coming through here. Oh! That was actually closer to the wall than I thought it was. Oh, epic. Nah, looking cool. Thank you guys very much for watching, for following, for joining, for being a part of this beautiful journey. It's been an absolute pleasure. Kakete ano.